You probably think your daily routine is safe, but some of the most harmless-looking habits you repeat every day are actively destroying your intelligence. This process involves biological cognitive decline, the physical erosion of the brain's processing power, and its ability to maintain neural health. Right now, without even realizing it, you are training your brain to lose its edge. You are wiring it to fracture your focus and permanently dull your capacity for deep thought. Modern society has normalized behaviors that appear productive on the surface, while they actually function as a slow-release toxin to your mind. Exposing these 4 specific habits reveals how thinkers like Charles Darwin and Albert Einstein protected their cognitive edge. Identifying these patterns is the first step toward regaining your own mental clarity. The first habit is a near-universal reflex, the absolute refusal to be bored.
Think about what happens the moment you have to wait in line or sit in traffic. Your hand immediately reaches for your phone. This diagram shows what happens in your prefrontal cortex when you satisfy that urge for stimulation. Instead of a smooth wave of energy, the brain receives chaotic, short bursts. This rewires it to demand cheap dopamine. But when the noise stops, boredom acts as a biological laboratory where the brain synthesizes information and connects distant ideas. Darwin and Einstein both prioritized long, solitary walks to allow for this exact neural processing. Today, we suffocate that creative process by constantly scrolling through digital feeds. The next time you have to wait for something, leave your phone in your pocket. Force your brain to endure the stillness and allow your cognitive power to reset. Deep connective thought requires the intentional removal of cheap dopamine. Removing the constant distraction allows the brain to return to its natural state of discovery. The second habit is a social trap. It happens when you speak more than you listen in an attempt to project confidence. There is a distinct difference between lacking knowledge and actively refusing to acquire it. Low intelligence often uses verbal noise as a defense mechanism to hide its own limitations. When you dominate a conversation, you hit a biological roadblock. The human brain cannot process new information or genuinely learn while the mouth is moving. This effectively blocks you from gaining any new perspectives. Shift your objective in your next conversation. Focus on becoming intelligent rather than appearing that way. Pause, let the other person speak, and ask them deeper questions. True intelligence is highly receptive. Genuine cognitive growth requires you to suppress your ego long enough to actually observe the world around you. The third habit kicks in the moment things get difficult. When you abandon a complex task just as cognitive friction starts, you are often reacting to the fear of feeling inadequate. Your brain is an adaptive muscle. It operates strictly on a biological principle: use it or lose it. This diagram illustrates what confusion actually looks like on a microscopic level. That frustrating friction is the exact chemical and structural moment your brain physically stretches to build new synaptic connections. If you run away from that discomfort, those nerve endings snap back. You halt all intellectual growth in its tracks. When you feel completely out of your depth, lean directly into that cognitive friction. Stay in that uncomfortable space for just 15 extra minutes. High performers treat intellectual difficulty as essential weight training for the mind. Embracing confusion is a guaranteed path to cognitive expansion. The final habit is the most destructive: the absolute illusion of knowledge. This happens when your curiosity dies because you believe you already have life completely figured out. Relying on old opinions and short headlines creates a narrow, rigid mind. This state makes the intellect incredibly fragile. History's most brilliant minds maintained the radical humility of an absolute beginner. They continuously tested their own biases and stayed willing to be proven wrong. Ask yourself an honest question. When was the last time you genuinely changed your mind about a deeply important topic? If you can't remember, your intellect may be stagnating. Rigid certainty is a death sentence for the mind, and a lack of changed opinions is a primary symptom of a dying intellect. These habits carry specific cognitive costs. Distraction kills focus. Talking kills learning. Avoiding difficulty kills growth. And arrogance kills curiosity. Subtracting these specific behaviors allows the mind to regain its natural processing speed and depth. Commit to breaking just one of these patterns today. If you apply the discipline and humility required to step back, you will watch your mental clarity naturally return. Leave a comment below sharing which habit you are going to break first. Hit the like button to fuel the algorithm for intellectual growth, and subscribe to Brain Library to continue your cognitive evolution. Keep reading and keep growing.